Gahayo! Welcome. Hope I sound okay. Hope everything's all good. I forgot how scary the music is. Welcome in, Kosu. I hope you guys had a great stream earlier. You guys are watching Link Click and Charisma House, Cuddy Hole. I hope that was fun. I just popped in a little bit because I just woke up. I saw you guys were on. But yeah, today we're playing Paranormasight. It's a horror mystery game. Visual novel. I haven't touched it in 2 months, so hopefully I still remember like what it's about and what the heck we were doing. I also don't remember. Oh, the music's loud. Okay. I also don't remember what voices I gave all the characters, so that'll be fun. That'll be fun to re-figure out. Is the music okay now? I was worried that it was too quiet, but yeah. Is it okay now? Still too loud? Okay. I can turn it down more. Okay. Alright. Well, let's get right into it. I've been wanting to play this for so long, but I kept holding back because I wanted to, since I started it on stream, I might as well keep playing it on stream. How with the lion cop? Hello, nobody. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Did you get enough rest yesterday? I know you came by and you said you were sleepy. Oh, thank you for the head fat. This was the first character we played with. Oh, I'm doing great. I just had like a really bad stomach ache earlier. As usual, you know, the stummy hordy, as always. But besides that, I'm doing alright. Shougo Okie. This is the first character we played as. He's kind of pathetic. This guy died because he wanted a girlfriend. That's basically his character. This is the crazy chick that he got involved with. She also died. But we don't know why. We don't know what's going on. This is the detective. The PI, sorry. Private investigator. Oh, thank you for the hydration. So brave about it. Well, thank you. He's a pretty handsome guy. He's got the beauty mark. The most that we know about him was that he kind of like scammed us and murdered us because we had like a lighter in our pocket. This is the chief inspector. He's a pretty good guy, I think. Yeah, he has a daughter. So I'm wondering how that's gonna come up. And his partner is Jun Erio, who's like a rookie detective. So they got that buddy cop type of relationship going on. He really respects his mentor. Hajime, this is the guy that died. He was a good police officer who died in the line of duty under mysterious causes. Trying to figure out what happened. He had a fiance. This is another one of the main characters were playing. Her childhood friend committed suicide, and she's trying to investigate it along with her other friend Mio, who has like a interest in the occult. Like, yeah, you're talking about Ariel, right? He's really handsome. He looks like he belongs in a K-pop group. Oh god. Okay, so this is the childhood friend that committed suicide. It doesn't seem like she was going through like really tough circumstances at home, but our character Yako believes that it wasn't actually a suicide and it was like foul play. So we're trying to investigate what happened. One of the delinquents at school. Oh, I think she's like one of the delinquents I was talking to Hajime. Cause he was like investigating like she was like wandering the streets. So he talks to her and tries to help her out. But don't know what happened to him. Oh, this is like one of those. This is a creepy school teacher. One of those teachers that did not want to become a teacher. Detective guy? You're talking about Tetsuo? Yeah, the art in this game is really good. They also worked on oh, Richter. I'm reading the messages too slow. There's the stream delay. Yeah, he's so hot. He's got that hard-boiled look to him. Hideki Araishi. This guy is a researcher. He's the one that we learned the most about the rite of resurrection from. Kind of a eccentric character. The Yutaro. This is the feet guy. This guy has like a feet spirit. If you can hear like the spirit scream, you die. Like it's so OP. But it's hilarious because you can just turn off the audio, the voice volume, and then his attack doesn't work. His feet powers are useless against me. Oh yeah, this guy works at like a soap company. But for some strange reason, he was like investigating the curses as well. We don't know too much about this guy yet. And then there's this guy, who we know nothing about. Spooky. Alright, I think that's enough of a quick refresher. It has been 2 months after all. I'm surprised by how much I remember. Anyways, so let's go talk to Richter. Because this is the part where we left off. Son of Harue Shigima was kidnapped. A botched investigation by the police resulted in the child's murder. 1 year later, Harue has hired a PI to help resolve the unsettled case. Late at night, while speaking to the detective at her home, something strange suddenly appears. Ooh. Wow, we're getting right into it. We're just starting it off. The haunting clappers. You can use it to kill those with fire or a fire starting device. So for people who aren't who didn't see the previous streams, there's like a rite of resurrection that involves like killing other people using your curses or killing other curse bearers. If you kill other curse bearers, you get like more souls to access the rite. And like each curse is like to compare it to something. It's like a stand power. They have like very specific conditions that you have to meet in order to kill another person. So basically, you have to use your knowledge of the different mysteries in this city in order to access like what curse the other person might have and what the curse might do, and try to kill them before they can kill you. That's if you want to participate, anyway. Nice JoJo reference, yeah, I know, right? It's literally like a stand battle. I love it so much. So this is the power of the clappers. If someone else has like a flame item on them, you can burn them too. That's what happened to us in the first timeline. We had a lighter on our body, so they were able to kill us. A murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar. Hold on. Now, kill. Why was Saku mad? Saku should not be a mod. Saku is one of the problems in the chat. Yes, I trust you, Kosu. Please protect me from the weirdos. Can you hear it, Curse Bearer? That sounds just like them. You, who so strongly desires the right. Kill them. Haru Shikama, 12 a.m. Shikama Mansion reception room. Back with me, ma'am? Can't say I understand what just happened, but it certainly seems to have put you in a good mood. This might be the first time I've ever seen you really smile. Sweet dreams. MILF alert, MILF alert, MILF alert, MILF alert. Haru Shikama. Okay, so now we get her backstory. Hot mama kissing Rexer tenderly. Ohio-san, welcome, welcome. This weirdo. Let this weirdo stay. Has been adopted into the Shigami clan through an arranged marriage. Highly respected agency of official family prioritized its work above all else. Haru's marriage grew cold. Isolated from her neighbors, withdrawn from society. Her son, grown to a young man, gave her a purpose, but was cut short by the kidnapping incident. Oh, what the? What the heck? Meow, thank you so much for the sub. 1 whole year. It really does not feel like it's been that long. I appreciate the constant support. And thank you for sticking by me, even though it's been so long since I streamed. So I hope you don't feel bad about your money basically going nowhere. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I can't say that enough. Victor's making snide remarks at her husband. Oh boy. Husband was transferred to another area for work, now rarely returns home. Wait, she still has a husband. They're not divorced. MILF NTR. This Victor guy is like flirting with her. I mean, I would too, but I mean, no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. She's spoken for. We can't. No, not dreams. Sounds like something I might want to hear about. He's putting that the what is it? The Rantaro Amamiya pose. I don't feel bad at all. Glad to support somebody who's cool as hell. You can't unfollow the dark side. No! A private investigator I hired. A friend told me about him, but they said he's not very well known, but he's good at what he does. When I first visited his office in Ota City and saw how he dressed, I could hardly believe he was a detective. He has that very like stereotypical detective look on him. with the hat. But after talking to him for a while, I changed my mind. He says some strange things at times, but he seems like a reliable sort. Oh, more info. Richter was racked with guilt over the police's inability to help all those in need, quit the force to start his own PI firm. His soft-hearted nature leads him to take on too many cases, put his office in dire financial straits. Raymond Shields! Yeah. That's like my thought too. Yeah, he's got that look, man, that look. I still need to play Investigations too. Somewhat surprisingly, given his outlandish clothing and mannerisms, Richter excels at covert investigations and tailing his targets. Though that only ever succeeds at impressing himself. His biggest source of happiness is nuzzling his pet female albino parakeet, Ernestine. Saku would love this character. She keeps in his office. He also enjoys collecting mockingbird stickers, a popular line of merchandise featuring birds inexplicably dressed like delinquents, and can be frequently sighted searching around town for them. On about Victor typically leaves the office, and more importantly, Ernestine in the care of Amamori, a junior high schooler who volunteered to assist Richter. Okay, do we know this Amamori? We do not. We have not met this character yet. Okay. Wow, so far he sounds like a very stand-up guy. There's like not a single negative line about him. I wonder if that's all there is to him though. He's a delinquent vibes. A dope husband. Azure Heron Agency. People are more likely to pick names listed at the front of the phone book alphabetically. He decided to pick a name starting with an A. Oh my god. This guy is a clown. I love him. He doesn't even have a blue bird. He has just a white parrot. I like to look at stuff before I talk to the person. Arrangement of flowers. Don't even know what the flowers are called. Fax machine. Man, what year does this game take place in? I already forgot. Color television. What is this? Well, I'll be damned. Is that what I think it is? Goodness, you made me jump. It's just a silly little sticker my son got from somewhere or other. He put it up just before. Well, you know what happened. I still can't bring myself to take it down. Let me take a closer look. I knew it! It's Head Honjo from way back in set number 1. This is a real collector's item. Excuse me? Don't tell me you've never heard of mockingbirds. What? They're the hottest new craze. Cute little birds dressed up like rough and tumble delinquents. I've never heard of them, but this certainly seems to matter to you. The best part is, nobody knows who made them. They just started showing up around town, and soon enough, they'd won everybody's hearts. The story goes that they're made by some anonymous artist who covertly leaves them behind in specific locations. No one knows when or where they'll show up next. They're basically an urban legend of sorts. To think, one would show up here of all places. This is a good sign, I'm sure of it. Oh, well, that's nice. Hey, oh no, it's a collectible! Come on, man, the clown then. It's not daddy. No, oh my god. I can't believe it. Oh wait, they give you hints. They actually tell you where they are. Well, sort of where they are. I'm gonna have like such a pain looking for these things because a lot of the areas in the game, they don't want you to turn around. Because usually you're being like hunted or something like that. So, yeah, we'll see if we can find them all. I don't know if I can, but we'll see. 20. The movie sales a motorcycle high top seat. I was wondering what that was. I couldn't figure out what it is. That's awesome. Sasuga Yankee. Oh, there is something on the ceiling. Yeah, I was thinking that we'd find nothing. Clark. Okay, let's talk to Richter. Let me bring you up to speed. We were in the middle of a chat, and you suddenly started spacing out. And the whole time, you were grinning to yourself, like you just won the lottery. Care to tell me what that was all about? Well, where to start? Yeah, we just blanked out. Probably drooling. Interesting. Very interesting. So, the haunting clapper's curse echo appeared out of nowhere. Told you how to perform the rite of resurrection, and gave you the curse you'll need to do it. Have I got that right? That's right. So it's all real. Honestly. I still find it hard to believe. But I guess I have to now. I saw that cursed stone appear in your hand myself. It looked like it popped clean out of thin air. With evidence that clear, there's no denying that there's some supernatural force at work. Okay, I couldn't remember this from before, but I guess like everyone can see it. It's not like stands, how like you need to have one yourself to see them. So everyone can just see these things. The Rolling Stones. Yeah, with that kind of hair. The designs I feel are very like nostalgic. especially with the color scheme, the dull color palette that they're using. I don't think you quite understand. Oh? This isn't about evidence, and it isn't about belief. It's more than that. I know it's real. The moment the curse appeared, I knew everything before it even said a word. It was already there in my head, as clear as day. You just knew, huh? It was etched onto my soul, along with the curse echo's resentful memories. So I can feel it, what it was like. Dying like they did, hundreds of years ago. Wreathed in flame, writhing in pain, as my flesh blackens and my blood boils. I can feel it. All the agony, all the rage. It fills me with bloodlust. I think I need to kill someone. Anyone will do, just as long as they're carrying fire. I see. That could be a problem. You think so? From what I know of you, I was sure you'd see it as an opportunity. The stronger the desire to resurrect someone, the stronger the urge to kill. That's how it seems to me, anyway. Good grief. Talk about a spanner in the works. I say we take stock for a moment. Remind ourselves where we've come from and where we're going. That might be a good idea. Oh, what the heck? Nobody! Thank you so much for the gift sub. What the heck? Oh my god, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Way too kind, dude. Is she gonna try and like kill Richter? I feel like that's what's gonna happen. Does he know like he's in danger? Maybe he does. Oh, thank you. Yeah, have a nice look. Really appreciate it. You don't have to drop a sub or anything before you go. I appreciate you stopping by regardless. That's what you hired me for, ma'am. To look into your son's kidnapping last year. To uncover the truth behind the abduction and murder of Shuichi Shigema. Oh yes, I remember. They never did find the one who did it. That's what I'm here about today, in fact. Kind of you to let me drop by so late, by the way. I've been turning over every last stone, and I've come up with a grand total of 1 lead. So you said. As far as the police are concerned, it's a cold case. But I've managed to make some headway. I remember. You were just about to tell me. Kidnapped on his way home from school. Ransom demanded. Shigema family is closely tied to police. Shuichi was grandson of a senior official. The perpetrator had a grudge against the police force. Culprit grew cocky, mocking the police. After 3 days, she resolved to hand over the money. Her husband refused. The detective assigned to the case lost his temper and the culprit never called again. Another week later, Shuichi's body is found in the river. Shuichi's death was covered up. It's fucked up. Oh no, we got a picture of him too. Dreamed of becoming a police officer. Born in the early 70s. Okay, so this is 1970. Does he put other people's needs over his own? Meant he died without telling his classmates how much he longed for them all to go on a hunt for the mockingbird stickers. Yeah. Oh, did they? Oh, yeah, you're right. They did say he was 11. Yeah. So it's like about, if it's early 70s, and it's about like early 80s. Yeah. You know, we still need to figure out exactly what you want me to do. Tell you what, why don't I tell you what I've found, and then we can make a decision. Alright. Oops. I suppose there's not much point going over the kidnapping itself. No, I'm very familiar. Then I'll leave that for the files to cover, and just to confirm a few things about the case. The police trace the culprit's calls back to, let's see here, Northern Oyoko River, here in Sumida City. That's quite a wide area. That's right. In the end, they never managed to nail down exactly where their calls were coming from. But it is almost certainly the same location that Shuichi is being held captive, since Shuichi's voice could be heard during the killer's calls. Northern Oyoko River is quite a distance from Shuichi's normal school commute. Factoring in that he was last seen at school but went missing before he arrived at his house, it's likely that he was abducted by car on his route home. Maybe, but... Exactly. Shuichi was a clever boy. He never would have gotten into a car with a stranger. That's right. I was very firm about that. I knew he understood, too. I even saw him warning the other children. It's possible that they forced him into the car. The only issue there weren't any witnesses to the kidnapping. You can't bundle someone into a car with that many students around and not be noticed. But nobody came forward to say they saw anything suspicious. It's coming from inside the house. You think the husband wanted to get rid of him? So did they target him at some other time? Or somewhere away from his usual route? Both of those seem a little far-fetched. Which raises a question. How did the kidnapper pull it off? What if they lured him with like the mockingbird stickers? What if he heard like a rumor or something that there like a mockingbird sticker far away from the school, and then he got kidnapped like over there? It's Scream reference. That's so old. The police never managed to find an answer. In the end, they decided that the kidnapper must just have gotten lucky. Well, why not turn the problem on its head? The kidnapper managed to convince Shuichi to get into the car, but how? The only thing that makes sense to me is if there were somebody that he would have a reason to trust. I was calling me all checking into home. You're part of the penguin, the Club Penguin meme. Not meme, but the picture. It's like 18 with the walking sticks. A teacher, perhaps, or a relative, or somebody else that he knew. But all of the adults Shuichi knew had alibis. The police checked them all thoroughly. Exactly. Most children are abducted or like abused by people who are closest to them. They did, huh? No one throws numbers at a problem like the cops. But what if it wasn't someone he knew? Or rather, what if the culprit disguised themselves as a police officer? Oh shit. That would explain why he didn't find them suspicious. The Shigima family has close ties to the police after all. He would have had a reason to trust them. I know. The direction is really cool. You might be right. But surely that couldn't have. Well, there's a problem with the theory. You'd be surprised how much police officers stand out. That's sort of the point after all. They're meant to be visible, deterrent against crime. I kind of want to play this. You should. It's really cool. Like the first twist of the game, like really like took me out. I was like, "Whoa, this is crazy!" And I've been meaning to play it for so long. Just haven't had like the time to. But here's another interesting little bit of trivia I happen to know. When you ask people to imagine someone suspicious, nobody pictures women or children. Even kids have been warned about stranger danger. Often subconsciously expect that danger to look like an adult man. No! That was like, man, he really got me, because when they were talking about like, ooh, what if they dress him up as a cop? I was like, in my like my first imagination, you know, my first thought is like, oh yeah, it's a male police officer, like a man dressed in a police uniform. Besides, Shuichi was the sort of boy who wanted to be a police officer when he grew up. He must have had a very strong sense of right and wrong. That's right. Wait, surely you can't mean... Now you're getting it. If, say, a young woman approached Shuichi asking for help, what would he have done? If someone like that said they were lost and asked him for directions, would he have gone into a car? He might have. That fucking like little note that they do sometimes, it freaks me out. It makes me like jump. My husband always told him that a man had a duty to watch out for women and children. You could certainly argue that kind of attitude is outdated nowadays. But if Shuichi believed it, then we might have something here. Then you think the culprit was a young woman? But it was a man's voice on the phone. She might have been an accomplice, or maybe she didn't even realize she was being used. If anything, that would explain why she hasn't come forward. She herself might not realize she had anything to do with the case. So the question is, did anybody see Shuichi speaking with a young woman on the day of his disappearance? See, what I said about people's biases, that goes for witnesses too. And I figured that maybe if I started asking new questions, I might get some new answers. So I spent my day asking around Shuichi's school route, seeing if anyone had seen something. And one man thought he had. Do you mean he saw it happen? Well, I can't say for sure yet. It turned out he wanted something from me, so he asked if we could talk in private. Okay, who is this man? Several hours earlier. Alright, this should do. There's no one around. We can speak in confidence. Excuse me. What was your name again? It's this guy! Jinochi. Got it. Well, Jinochi, I'm all ears. Just so we're on the same page. You're a private detective investigating Shuichi Shigema's kidnapping. Do I have that right? Yeah, bye. Yeah. Not him. Of course. What do I look like? How should I know what a private detective looks like? Oh, forget it. Look, I'll tell you straight. My life is in danger. I need your help. You'll excuse me if that caught me a little off guard. Let me ask you straight. Who is trying to kill you? Me! What? No! Oh, God. He's definitely got that look. He looks like he's straight out of the UK. I was obsessed with this art. I know, it's so good. 70s, you see them in the 70s? Hold on. Yeah. They got that hair, bro. The classic 70s rock hair. 60s, 70s rock hair. It's so it's so good. A student called Michio Shiraishi. Okay, hold on. Ooh, wait, this is a chick that committed suicide. Interesting. A schoolgirl. Okay. Now, is this grown man afraid of a schoolgirl? Sounds like you've been naughty. It's nothing like that. A girl, she's a murderer. I'm the only one who knows, but I saw what she did. Michio Shiraishi. I saw her kidnap Shuichi Shigema. What? What are these connections? No way, bro. Come again? I saw her talk to him on the street and lead him away. I didn't think much of it at the time, but then he went missing. She murdered him, I'm sure of it. Or at least she's got something to do with it. That's what you're here for, isn't it? Then you can't let her get to me. If that's true, you've been sitting on some valuable information. Why didn't you tell anybody? Well, you see, if you can't explain that, I don't have any reason to believe you. I couldn't. She told me she'd kill me if I spoke a word. You're telling me a schoolgirl had you scared for your life? So you've been sitting on that all this time, and you think she's coming for you now? Did you smell the beans? Yes, that's it, exactly. I'm begging you. Don't let her get near me. Arrest her! I'm telling you! She's a demon! Well, you seem to believe what you're saying, but it just doesn't add up. How could a schoolgirl have a fully grown man so terrified? You don't know what she can do. She'll curse me. Curse you? His lips. I love that. I'm sorry, but you're losing me here. It's true. Her house, it's... forget it. Why do I even bother? You seem dubious enough to believe me, but I should have known you'd never understand. Enough. I'll find someone else to help me. Hey. I love it so much. Love at first sight. Yo, what are those? Oh, whoopers. And that's about the long and short of it. I can hardly believe it. At the time, I thought his mention of curses was just crazy talk. But I'm starting to see that there might have been more to it. Then, if we can just find that girl, curse or no curse, if she was with Shuichi on the day of the kidnapping, then there's a good chance she knows something. On top of that, I did some digging on the man I spoke to. His full name's Kohei Chonochi. He's a teacher at Komagata High School here in Sumida. A teacher? Then the schoolgirl is one of his students? I think that's very likely. Oopa. At last, we've got a lead. Hopefully, it'll be the breakthrough we're looking for. Oops. The Rite of Resurrection, huh? I read about that in a cold magazine the other day. Apparently, some old books showed up recently, with all the gory details. And they say the rite can be found somewhere in Honjo. I remember the first time you told me about that. It felt like my prayers have been heard. Like I had hope, real hope, for the first time. Ever since that awful day, I've wondered, what if I hadn't sent him to school? What if I just paid the ransom? Not a day goes by when I don't think that if I had done something differently, Shuichi would still be alive. You can't blame yourself, ma'am. It was the culprit's fault, not yours. Though I know that won't help any. Grief is funny like that. I'm guessing that's why you're after the right? Guess I didn't need to ask. It's written all over your face. I can tell how much he meant to you. But, and this is a big but, if this right is a real deal, using it will mean killing someone and stealing their soul. Is that a problem? If it comes to that, I'm afraid I'll have to stop you. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, big butt. I was trying to not think about it. A shame, huh? That's all? I thought if I'm going to be competing with other curse bearers, then your detective skills might come in useful. You realize you're talking about ending someone's life, right? Don't you see an issue with that? The pout. I think any parent in my position would happily kill for a chance like this. That's so, is it? Dear, oh dear. What have I gotten myself into? if it makes you uncomfortable, then you won't have to get any blood on your hands yourself. I don't need you to kill the other curse bearers. I only need you to find them. I know, right? Just it's like, oh, come on. he's like working with the law. Of course he's gonna be like, ma'am, you can't kill. That's not okay. I won't be party to murder, ma'am. Not even for a client. Ooh, can I save? Oh, I can. God, last time I played June 1st. I feel like he's too good to be swayed by money. I don't know. What's him? I see. I didn't realize you were so stubborn. Let me say, though, it's not like I don't get what you're going through. As long as you're not killing anyone with your own hands, maybe I can help you out. What do you have in mind? What do you mean by this? What? Well, how about stealing someone else's curse stone after they filled it with soul dregs? Oh, that's what happened in the first timeline. They basically waited until our main character killed like a bunch of people, and then they tried to take it from him. Yeah. If that was all you were after, then I could lend you my services guilt-free. If the other curse bearers want to kill each other, that's their business. I'm not trying to be a hero here. I guess there's no guarantee a stolen curse stone will work, but we can worry about that later. Well then, I suppose we have a deal. Although, what if I stole a curse stone using my curse? Would you disapprove? That would void our contract, ma'am. Just warning you now. My. Anna. Before we go any further, why don't you tell me about that curse of yours? The haunting clappers, was it? That's one of the 7 mysteries of Honjo, if I remember correctly. That's right. The original story did happen somewhere near here, I think. I'm sure you remember hearing that. In that case, my money would be on all the curse bearers being somewhere in Honjo. Our first move should be to narrow them down. Some of them are bound to try and come for you first. We'll need to be ready. The curses make their bearers more willing to kill, so an attack could come from anywhere. That sounds sensible. Oh shit. And if I remember correctly, your haunting clappers can set people on fire, but only if they have a naked flame or a lighter on their person. Is that right? That's right. In olden times, wooden clappers were used to warn people of fire. I'm guessing it punishes those who don't heed the warning. It seems like a good curse to have. It's simple and straightforward enough to use. Although it's hard to say how it stacks up without knowing what else is on the table. You really think it's that good? The target can't do much to throw it off. It's a nice long activation window. It's big, that it works on lighters too. Just slip one into your target's pocket. And say that condition were already fulfilled before they even knew you're there. They wouldn't even know what hit them. Maybe I won't have to actually use it. I could just tell someone I could. And they'd have to do what I said. Threats could work. Although, without any proof, it'll come down to how convincing you can be. If only you could use a curse, then back out at the very last second. At the last second. What an interesting idea. I have a lighter right here. We could try it now. That's an interesting proposition. But maybe not. I'm not crazy enough to make myself a guinea pig. He's so hot and pretty. Yeah. Look at those lashes. Oh, I see. You're an odd one, ma'am. You don't mind me saying, and I don't think it's just a curse. You flatter her. As for what we do next, first of all, I think you should stay indoors. Yeah! Try not to do anything spontaneous or outside of your normal routine. Fuck. I keep clicking on them. Okay, here we go. Right then. Have you decided what you want me working on? Oh boy. Is this a split? I'm gonna say let's focus on the kidnapping for now. Finally I have a lead. I need to know what happened to my son. Your wish is my command, man. I'll focus all my efforts on looking into the kidnapping. Although, something just occurred to me. You can't investigate the matter at night, can you? At least, until the sun rises. Could you search for the other curse bearers? Huh, alright, I see how it is. Well, I'd be happy to help. Falls... Wait, what? Oh yeah, illusion of choice. Illusion of choice. Odds are good that the other curse bearers are also working by night. Anyone they kill under the cover of darkness won't be discovered until sunrise. I bet they'll be trying to do as much as they can before morning comes. So it's settled then. I'll look into the other curse bearers by night. And once the city wakes up, and I can start asking questions, I'll investigate the kidnapping as well. I'll even try and find Miss Shiraishi as part of the bargain. Thank you, that's more than enough. Now then, I should get to work. There's only so much time before sunrise. I'll call you if I find anything new. You stay here and keep a lookout. Alright. There's no telling what kind of curses you might find out on the streets tonight. Don't go outside if you can help it. And try to be ready for anything. I will. Well, if that's all, I should be going. Nice. Would you look at that? He told us to stay inside. And the very next screen, or whatever you want to call it, has her outside. Come on. Anyway, let's head on in. No. God damn it. I was like, oh, are we going to play as a detective now? Going outside and investigating? Nope. she's up to something. It's been almost an hour since Richter left. He promised he'd call me if anything happened. But he hasn't. So all I can do is wait. And wait. Oh no, it's just like new text. If I get jump scared, I swear to God, dude. clapping of his ass. Stop! Stop! I was trying to avoid making that joke. The clapping of his big butt. Sorry, my nose is like so stuffy today. Ooh, I'll read it later. I'll read it later. Okay, let's read it. Spooky. That's what I'm here for. It's a newspaper. I only leave them here for the guests. I hardly ever read them myself. I don't think I've taken the time to go over one in years, in fact. Well, it's not like I have anything better to do. Oh god, that's a lot. It looks like the city's biggest problem right now is pollution. I remember how the air and water used to be even more polluted. The river was covered in scum from all the I was kidding. From all the sewage and industrial waste, and it stank so badly it made my eyes water. Eventually, people started getting sick, and it couldn't be ignored anymore. Fortunately, it's gotten better since then. Although the air around the industrial district is still filthy with gas and smog. So one thing Honjo never wants words: horrific crimes. They found a police officer dead in a local park the other day. A lot of my family are in the police. I hope it wasn't anybody I knew. I don't read the news anymore. Not since last year. It brings back bad memories. We should not have to pick up the newspaper every time we want to read it. Suicide at local high school. Oh, I remember that. A high school girl jumped off the roof about a week ago. She was bullied, I think. Or maybe it was something about exam pressure? What? But... no, this can't be right. Her name. Michio Shiraishi from Komagata High School? It can't be. There's something fishy going on, because why would that guy be scared of a girl who is dead, right? The teacher? Ah! Oh, thank you for the headbutt. That must be him. Hello? Shigama residence? Okay. Oh, he called us out here. Okay. Richter called me out to meet him, and we came here to Komagata Bridge. Richter, there's something I need to tell you. Funny? I was just thinking the same thing. We're on Komagata Bridge, over the Sumida River. There's a highway on one side and a freeway on the other, but they're both deserted this late at night. Completed 1927, following the Great Kanto earthquake. Alright, get ready for a jump scare, if there is one. Can I ask you something, ma'am? Is the Sumida River what you Honjo folks picture when you think of home? I couldn't say. All I can tell you is that I can hardly stand the sight of it. Right. Should have guessed. Why did he invite her out here? This is where her son died. This was where they found him after he went missing. All alone. Floating in that horrible water. All I can think is how scared he must have been. How cold he must have been. Just unlucky, I guess. Oh, thank you. What did he ever do to deserve something so awful? I've come here every day since then. And I prayed to the river to give him back. To give me back my son. Day after day after day. You know, in olden times, people believed rivers marked where our world met the next. So the act of crossing flowing water had a huge amount of spiritual significance. Back when Edo was founded, the people of Chuo saw Sumida River the same way. They associated the far side of the river with the afterlife. That same place would later become Honjo. All their fear and revulsion accumulated there and took root. But then the Ryogoku Bridge sprang up after the Great Fire of Meireki. And just like that, Honjo was part of the city too. As it turned from farmland into a town, the people surrounded it with man-made rivers and crisscrossed it with canals and waterways. Weren't those to prevent flooding? That's what I was told. They were, but that's not all they were there for. Their other purpose was to contain all the corruption that built up on the far shore and stop it leaking through to our side of the Great Divide. Officially, they were a physical barrier, but unofficially, they were a spiritual one too. Thank you for wailing. Me and Motomi, yeah, for real. So if I have this right, are you saying that Honjo is a place where the real world meets the afterlife? Exactly. That's why the rite of resurrection is here, rather than anywhere else, I'm sure of it. And it's probably why the 7 mysteries and their curses have survived to the modern day. And I guess that would make the spot we're standing in right over the water. The border between life and death. Yeah, it was a guaranteed at bat. If there ever was a place where bringing back the dead might be possible, I reckon it's here. It's funny that you mentioned praying to the river. That might have done more than you think. Is that supposed to make me feel better? Just thinking out loud, man. Well, it is a nice thought. Yeah, it's harder and harder to write like ghost stories and horror mysteries because of how much farther away like humanity has become separated from like the mystics. So that's why a lot of horror stories and whatnot are set farther in the past. I think cell phones definitely like ruin a lot of like horror stories. Hey! I wouldn't do that! What the heck? What the heck? You can't do that! I'm not picking my nose on stream. Oh, that's right. There's one more memory I have of this river. Do you mind if I tell you? Go ahead. Imagine he was like, nah, fuck that. We ain't got time for this. It must have been 20 years now, when I was still a schoolgirl. Back then, the Sumida River was much filthier than it is now. It was full of garbage and industrial discharge. It was scummy and slimy in its stank. You could look out over the water and see dead cats and dogs and pigeons just floating. And one day, among all the filth and garbage, It was a piece of my missing classmate's hand. What the fuck? What is this story? What? I was like, where's she leading this? It was almost a miracle when you stop to think about it. What were the chances that someone would find a part of her that was still recognizable? And that although everything but the palm had rotted away in the water, the part that was left would have an identifiable scar. And that they could tell it had been a murder from the blade marks on the bone. Wait. Are you talking about the Nejima murders? So you've heard of it. I'm impressed. I assume you were but an elementary schooler at the time. I wasn't really aware of it then. I only heard about it after the fact. Had no idea the victim was a classmate of yours. What is the shape of this man? Jesus. Hey, right. Beautiful set of hair though. Was she the murderer? Nah, it was that guy. Like the guy with the oblong head. To be honest, it was a bit of a blur. A wave of chaos just parting around me. Something like that. They said the rest of her body must have sunk to the bottom of the river. They combed the riverbed, but they only ever found pieces. Everything else must have rotted and flowed out to sea. Afterwards, I heard that all the divers who had been looking for her fell ill. A sorry story for everyone involved, huh? It's funny. Everyone figures the river's filthy already, so one more piece of garbage won't hurt. But every little bit makes it worse. It's a vicious cycle. I thought he was a victim. No. That guy was a murderer. Yeah. He called it the Nejima murders. It was like a series of serial killings. We went into it a lot more in detail when we were playing as this guy. I know I wouldn't want to go around rooting down there myself. That's right. Which is why the riverbed is the last place anybody would go looking. Or so was the killer's thinking, I suppose. The times were changing quickly back then. Things were confusing. Everyone seemed to be in a hurry. Young people were moving to Tokyo in droves. Some even ran away from home to make it in the big city. And they made easy targets for bad people. A lot of them ended up disappearing without a trace. You see, back then, if you chopped a body up into tiny pieces and threw it into the river, it would rot quickly and discreetly and sink to the bottom, never to be seen again. I really highly recommend it, Kosu. It's really cool. It's such a very unadvertised game. Most people would not expect this game to be produced by Square Enix. Are you saying what I think you're saying? They arrested him shortly after. Fumichika Nejima, the man who killed my classmate and cut her into pieces. He was so methodical about it. It couldn't have been his first crime. And people began to wonder how many other girls he'd murdered the same way. The police never found any evidence of other murders in the end. But the river knows the truth. How many corpses has it swallowed up over the years, I wonder? That same thought spread through everyone's mind, and they started to avoid this area. So really, this river has been rank with corruption for decades now. Or at least, that's how it seems to me. Well, was that interesting? Well, I can see why you don't have any good memories of this river. With all that darkness lurking beneath the surface, there's no reason that you would. Still, if I may, ma'am, I'm surprised you know so much about the Nejima murders. But how could I not? After all, I was the one who found the hand. The police actually wrote me a thank you letter. They said it was only thanks to me that they managed to bring Nejima to justice. That was the only time my father ever said he was proud of me. Oh. I guess it wasn't the killer's day. Sometimes I wonder if he resents me for it. Not the hand emote. What? So creepy. Not right now. Ooh. Mockingbird 18. It's a flamingo. The Pink Punisher. Oh, I was hoping you would have something to say about it. Well, don't see anything out of place. I guess it's time to talk to Richter. Don Flamingo. Oh my god, not Don Flamingo. He's gazing down at the water. You go first. Please, go ahead. Alright then. I've been poking around places connected to the 7 mysteries, looking for curse bearers. You did all that in 1 hour? I think I found a few candidates. I've been he doesn't met him. But yeah, he's really cool. He's really cool. Honestly, I'm hoping for there to be a little bit more spice to him, because right now he's such like a goody two shoes character, right? But it's fine if like that's all there is to it. He's a good character to root for, if that's the case. He's just a really good guy. Beautiful specimen of a man. First, a tall man I ran into Kinshibori Park. I asked him for directions, trying to probe him a little, but he turned the questions right back around on me. And he was out of there the second he figured out I wasn't what he was looking for. I got the sense the curses were nothing new to him. I'm about 40% sure he's a curse bearer. Why does he stand like that? Then there's this middle-aged guy I saw on South Warigesui Street. Just went and were murdered. Yeah. As long as he wasn't a part of it. As long as he didn't have to touch them or anything like that. He's very like nonchalant about it. There's no question about this one. He had one of the curse stones in his hand. Well, we're just doxing all of them. He had a nervous air about him too. It was clear he was up to some shady business. Gathering soul dregs, I bet. He'd make a good target. Next up is a pair. A young man and woman I saw around Ryogoku Bridge. Okay, so I know about this guy. But We have never, ever interacted with this woman, and it's so weird. She's just there. She just doesn't say anything, she just watches. This time, the man came up to me and asked me, flat out, if I was a curse bearer. I told him I didn't know what he was talking about, and he backpedaled and left. Looks like they lurk around there often, looking for kindred spirits would be my guess. Though it didn't seem like they were quite working as a pair. Gathering subjects in a group might be a decent idea, if you could make it work. The man standing emoji. But with things being how they are, it's gotta be hard to find folks one can trust. They've got brass though. I don't know what their deal is, but I'd like to find out. Oh, guys! Last is 2 detectives I've seen sniffing around. The police are involved? Not necessarily. A body turned up in a local park a few days ago, so they might just be looking into that. Still, the park's got ties to one of the 7 mysteries. Might be it was a curse that did the guy in. And if they're sending in detectives from the head office, then something's gotta be up. How do you know where they're from? Let's just say that when you're in this business, there's some faces you get to know. Anyway, that's everyone who's caught my eye. You found all of them in so little time? That's not all of them. I really did hire the best. It's all in the name, ma'am. Rector Kai, P.I. Whoa, the JoJo pose! No, I'm kidding. No, wait. Make that Rector Kai, investigator extraordinaire. My investigator extraordinaire. Hada. Is that why you can dress like that without drawing attention to yourself? You bet. An investigator extraordinaire can blend in like a chameleon in any outfit. I don't know about that. There's no way he's blending in wearing all white. Now that I think about it, like, wearing all white gives like the idea that someone is like pure, innocent, without blame, kind of deal. But then he has that one beauty mark, right? That could be like a symbolism that he's not as spotless as he seems. Oh, that aside, the middle-aged man and the young couple sound the most promising. Am I right? Whichever we pick, it's still too early to make a move. It seems like the curse bearers are less involved with each other than we thought. Plus, there are still others we don't know about. I say we hang fire and see how things play out. I feel sleazy when I wear all white. I do sometimes. Yeah, I feel like you have to be very brave to wear all white. I couldn't be someone who wears all white. I'm too clumsy. Kawaii palette. Yeah, I know. Once more bodies start showing up, that'll get the pot nice and hot. And once it's boiling, our chance will come. Nice ass. There's something I need to tell you. What's up? Well, that girl, Michio Shiraishi, the one who was with Shuichi on the day of the kidnapping. Not me, I'm gracious as fuck. Okay. That's her. Well, she's dead. She's what? The student who committed suicide last week. That was her. I heard something like that had happened. Never got the name though. Talk about bad luck. You finally get a lead, only to find it's turned into a literal dead end. Unless her death was the whole reason Jonoichi was so shaken up. He said she was gonna curse him. Is he talking about her taking revenge from beyond the grave? It seems like we're back where we started. Not necessarily. That teacher knows something. I'm sure of it. At the very least, I put money on him having something to do with Miss Shiraishi's death. That's why he's so scared of being cursed by her. I see. And also, something tells me he knows more about your son's kidnapping. In any case, I think I've got a good idea of what he's hiding. Call it a hunch. A hunch? Well, more of a theory, a game theory. Care to take a guess? I'm drawing a blank. I can't say. What the fuck is he talking about? Actually, let me see what he's talking about. Yeah, I don't know what he's hiding. I'm just an ordinary housewife. I'm not clever enough for all this. Are you sure? I'd had you down for sharper than that. That's flattering, but I'm afraid you're mistaken. Anyway, that's enough speculation for now. The truth will out in time. Right now, I think we need to have another chat with Mr. Janoji. Well, how are we going to do that? At 2 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, he's so cool. Is something wrong? Not really. It just struck me. It's been 20 years since the Nejima murders. So it has. Not to spook you or anything, but I thought you might be interested in knowing. Life in prison doesn't always mean life. There's precedent for first-time offenders being allowed out on parole after 20 years. No! Why would they let someone out for kidnapping and killing high school girls, cutting them up and throwing them into the river? Only if they're found to show remorse and the desire to reform themselves, of course. That's right. I'm impressed you know so much. Still, it's hard for someone with a criminal record to reintegrate into society. I hear they've been trying to fix that recently, matching inmates with jobs and accommodation. Oh, really? They keep an eye on them, of course, and make them report in for regular checkups. But to avoid discrimination, they keep the inmates' records a secret from everyone but their employers. They even give particularly notorious criminals new identities so they won't be recognized in the workplace. He definitely has a grudge after this woman. Like, what is it? She's the one who like ratted out on him. There ain't no way. Ara. The way you put it, it's like you're saying Fumichika Nejima could be out on parole right now, back in society, under a new name, with nobody any the wiser. And if it's been 20 years, it's highly possible for him to look completely different than he does now. So there's no reason to trust like what he looks like in the profile. It's possible. As it happens, a little birdie told me about a big name making parole a few months back. I don't know if that was Nejima, but our discussion just now did bring it to mind. I see. How unsettling. Now that you mention it, I just remembered something too. What was it? I was passing Komagata High School a little while ago when I saw someone. Just now? A janitor, I think. and I could have sworn he reminded me of Fumichika Najima. Him? But I trust him! Do we have a victor? Not the janitor! Makoto Shimiya. He's actually a nice guy. But it's entirely possible, like, no matter how much you reform, like, if something reminds you of, you know, something you did 20 years ago, it's possible he could relapse. So no matter how nice he might seem, why would they allow a criminal to work at a high school? Like, why would they allow a why would they allow a criminal who killed high school girls to work at a high school? There's no way, right? They don't look anything alike, but you never know, man. You never know. A lot could change in 20 years. Oh, thank you for the hydrate instead. I need it. Thank you. Oh. He looked a little different after 20 years. Much thinner than I remembered, too. I told myself I was just seeing things. Yeah. After 20 years, like, it's highly possible. But man, I can't believe that, like, there's no way they would let a criminal who killed high school girls work at a high school? There's no fucking way. But perhaps it was him after all. So, what next? The big question now is what the rest of the curse bearers are up to. Luckily, the Sumida River is a good distance from any of the 7 mysteries. It's unlikely the other curse bearers will come all the way here. I can finally have a moment to think. I see. Alright. No! I'm scared! Excuse me? I don't want to turn around. It's been a while since someone spooked me like that. I don't want to turn around. It's her. It's the chick that works with the feet guy. Where did she come from? It's like she appeared out of nowhere. I didn't mean to startle you. I'm terribly sorry if I've gotten the wrong people, but would you happen to be curse bearers? Just straight up asking the hard questions, bro. Curse bearers? What's that then? It means someone who's gathering souls for the rite of resurrection. You have heard of the rite of resurrection, haven't you? Everyone's talking about it. Color me intrigued. Care to tell me more, Miss, what was your name again? Oh, silly me. I'm Ayame Tono. Okay, we finally have a name for this one. University student. Okay. I'm scared. What's her curse? She says she's a Yame. I guess she's around 20. She must be brave walking around alone this late. Or maybe there's more to it. There's more to the rite of resurrection than meets the eye, you see. You have a lighter on you? Literally? let's not give away all of our tricks just yet. Hold on. What if she has like the water curse and she can put out the flames? These pose like Mona Lisa? Ooh. Maybe. If the hands were posed properly. I feel like the hands are the most important part. But I can see it. So the best way to collect soul dregs is to kill other curse bearers. And that's about the size of it. I hope that wasn't too much to follow. No, I think I got the gist. Hands are down? Okay, I'm sorry. I'll look next time. Funny old world we live in, huh? So, are you saying you're one of the curse bearers? No, well, not quite. It's complicated. I'm not, but Yutaro is. Do we believe her? Do we believe that she doesn't have a curse? I do not believe. Yutaro, is that your boyfriend? Oh heavens no, just a friend. His full name is Yutaro Namigaki. We're, I suppose you could say, partners in crime. Ew! Don't eat me, Saki. Go to work. I need to stream. Funny way of putting it. Ah, it is a Mona Lisa. Alright, we're gonna take a look at Richter. He's hiding it well, but I can sense he has his guard up. I should ask her what her deal is. Jojo motherfucker, hey! You're right though. He do be posing. So, where's this Yutaro now? Marion Spring. Oh, about that. He's not actually a curse bearer anymore. He's more like a former curse bearer. Former? How so? I don't really know the details myself, but apparently he lost his curse stone. Typical, right? He makes such a show of being a top student, only to flunk where it counts. So now I'm out here, looking for curse bearers myself. If you want something done right... Yeah, so this timeline takes place after... Can I show? Oh fuck, okay, I can't show the timeline. Yo! Thank you so much for the raid, Rosary here. Welcome! Pro Yakuza streamer raid. You playing Yakuza? Yakuza 0! Welcome. I hope you're enjoying Yakuza 0. I freaking love that game. I hope that you do all of Majima's stories, all of his quests, because they're so much fun. I love Majima so much. Welcome in, Raiders. My name is Art Sounds. I'm a Lion V2. I do the arts and I make the sounds. And today, we're playing Paranormasight, which is a really cool horror visual novel. It's really, really awesome. I definitely recommend checking it out. The art is really cool. And thank you so much for the follow. Gio the Waterman. I will take this moment to hydrate. Zero Majima do be peak. I'm gonna miss him when I play the later games. I haven't gotten around to it, but hopefully I can make some time for it soon. right now we're currently investigating, figuring out other curse bearers. Basically, there's like this ritual in town where if you kill enough people with your curse, you can revive someone. And our main character is this housewife whose son died in a tragic kidnapping. So that's like her motivation. Yeah, this game is amazing. The artist also worked on The World Ends With You. If you've heard of that game, it's one of my favorite games of all time. Highly recommend that one too. Yeah, I feel like in the future games, Majima has like a lot less serious moments, you know, because he has that maniac facade. I'm sure he still has some serious moments, but they're more far and few in between. He lost it. How did he do that? Oh yeah, Kiwami 2 added a Majima story mode. Yeah. It's because, what is it? Originally in Yakuza 1, Majima didn't have like a huge role, but Majima was so popular in 0 that they had to add like a bunch of like extra Majima stuff. Like the Majima everything system is so everywhere system is so silly. I wasn't with him at the time, so I don't know exactly what happened. All I know is that he came back saying he didn't have it anymore. Although, well, it's strange that you probe into that of all things. I'm just a curious sort, that's all. Sorry if it's a touchy subject. Oh, I don't mind. I don't particularly care about keeping it a secret. Yutaro can be a little irrational sometimes, so I have to keep a level head on my shoulders. So anyway, mind if I ask why you thought I was a curse bearer? Oh, that. I'm terribly sorry. I was so rude. I saw the two of you out late at night, and I suppose I made assumptions. Gotcha. Sorry if we gave you the wrong idea. Yeah, no worries. Thank you so much for the raid, and thank you for the lurk as well. I'm sure you are plenty tired from streaming just now, so take care. Thank you so much again. Out of interest, what was your plan if we did turn out to be curse bearers? Great question! And the answer is, I was gonna ask you very nicely for your curse stones. And you thought we'd have given them to you. Just like that. Well, maybe not. But you know what they say. You never know until you ask. You must really love your boyfriend if you're willing to try something that risky. Oh, thank you so much for the hydration again. Thank you. He keeps calling Yutaro her boyfriend. I feel like she's gonna blow a gasket. Oh, goodness no. We're just friends. My life doesn't revolve around him, you know. How long is the cooldown? I think it's like 10 minutes. I don't want people to drown me. 10? Yeah! I can't be drinking the whole time. Then I'd have to like use the bathroom. or drown or choke. You're gonna drown me. You're literally the waterman. I know you. Well, I don't know you personally, but just from your name, it's a bit suspicious. No, I don't want to be. No, or no. I'll be later. Wait, Shivers Pete, why are you counting that? Anyway, you aren't curse bearers, so I'm just bothering you, aren't I? Please, ignore me. No, you're not gonna make me be. I have a PU immunity. Shut up! Go to work! So, what are you trying to do with this rite of resurrection? Well, Utah has his own plan all laid out. I don't know if I can get behind it though. It seems... how do I put it? Self-centered? I mean, if you got a chance to resurrect the dead, it would be a waste not to use it on someone that really matters, right? The fuck? What does he mean by someone that matters? Like, is she gonna revive like the prime minister or something? Like, what's she talking about? Yeah, my community. No. So, I was planning to steal his curse stone at the last second and use it for myself. What? Well, until he lost it anyway. Oh, but don't tell Utah I was gonna do that, okay? I don't think he'd be happy to hear it. Of course. Keeping secrets is my business. She's resurrecting Da Vinci? She would. Da Vinci? What if she makes a mistake and it revives the Voros twins? I mean, they're not dead, but I mean, theoretically. Okay, anyways, I'll shut up. Da Vinci? My, aren't you dashing? Oh no, she's coming on to him. Sounds like you really have your heart set on this right. What were you hoping to use it on? Do you promise you won't laugh? She's gonna say Da Vinci, isn't she? Do you promise not to laugh? Cross my heart. Well, let me tell you my master plan. Prepare to be amazed. I'm an art student. No. Stop talking right now. No, I'm an art student, you see. Woodblock prints are my specialty. Ukiyo-e in particular. Ukiyo-e, huh? You must be a cultured lady. You gonna bring back like Hokusai or something? Really? Do you think so? Everybody says it's a strange interest for a girl to have. You know, people often think of ukiyo-e as some inaccessible, high-class art form, but that's actually totally untrue. Back in the Edo period, it was the art for the masses, amusement for the common people. So, when you think about it, you feel exactly the same thrills from every brushstroke as they did back then. Isn't that fascinating? Maybe she's an art student. Yeah, you caught it right off the bat. I think it's also that she has like the freaking beret, like the typical art beret thing. It's so it's so funny. Huh? Yeah, I guess. As far as I'm concerned, no! I called it! It's Hokusai! What the fuck? She wants to revive Hokusai! Bro, you can just roll for them in FGO. And as far as I'm concerned, the undisputed king of ukiyo-e is a one and only Hokusai. Have you heard of it? Have you heard of him? Sure I have. He's famous. Didn't he live somewhere around here? Back in the Edo period. Of course he lives here. That's right. You're just as knowledgeable as you look. His I can't believe she's fucking... I can't believe we're doing this right now. His 36 views of Mount Fuji are so iconic. They're the only works of his that most people know. But Hokusai was so much more than just mountains and waves. That's the only teeny tiny tip of a veritable iceberg of work. Yeah, she wants to bring back someone with like a huge impact. So of course she's gonna pick someone that like most people would know. Or at least most people should know, I think. I've gotta admit, I only really know him from those landscapes myself. Oh, don't worry about it. Anyone can learn. When Hokusai died at the age of 90, he left behind over 30,000 drawings. That's multiple drawings a day for 80 years. Amazing, right? Stop you, please. I'm pretty sure the rights isn't like some kind of weird monkey paw where they revive zombies. Come on. I'm sure he'll be healthy and ripe as a peach. Skeleton. So he kept drawing right up until his old age, huh? Impressive. But even in his final years, he was never satisfied with his own work. His dying words were, "Should heaven afford me but 5 more years, I shall finally become a true artist." Even on his deathbed, he still thought he had more to learn. He was already the greatest painter and artist of his era. Who knows what he could have done with more time? Well, that's what I want to find out. Hold on. Are you saying? Besides, he always said he wanted to move out of 100 houses, but he only made it to 93. Isn't that just tragic? Oh no. Nuh-uh. No way this is going where I think it's going. Imagine the masterpieces he could create with modern techniques. I feel all dizzy just thinking about it. Imagine Hokusai finding out about AI art. I think he'd be in a tizzy. You've got to be kidding me. So if I understand correctly, you want to use the resurrection too. That's right. I want to bring Hokusai back to life. Well, that's certainly a novel idea. He'd go back into the grave. He'd start digging back. Yeah, this makes sense though. Like, not everyone who wants the power of resurrection would want to revive like someone that's close to them. There's obviously gonna be some weirdos who want to revive like a historical figure. This makes sense. It is hilarious though. Windows 11 explodes. Resurrect Jesus? I think Jesus has already been resurrected. I think he already hit his quota. The Dragon Balls can't resurrect someone more than once. That's what she'd use it on? What a waste. Our main character hates her. Oh gosh, is that the time? I should be going. In a Dragon Balls. Yeah, at least it's not like a war criminal. I need to get my hands on a curse bear before daybreak. Because you want to bring back JFK Jr. Sorry for flagging you down out of the blue like that. Best of luck. We're not bringing back that guy, Gio. Alright. So there's her profile. Insane. Although she was not attracted to him, she agreed to date him because his family seemed rich. That's fucked. That's fucked up. I feel bad for our boy Yutaro. He needs to drop her. JFK Jr. is Jesus? Wait, really? I actually haven't heard that. What? I just remember people saying that he was, like, attractive. How is he Jesus? He died in 1999. What? That's crazy. Well, there goes trouble. If we're going after curse stones, we should keep an eye on her. Too, if we can. Why do you say that? Before she left, she wished us best of luck. She's got at least an inkling that we're curse bearers. He's gonna come back? Oh, okay. Bye. Bye. There's a good chance we'll clash, sooner or later. We're after the same thing after all. Imagine if she's like the final boss of this game. It'd be so funny. You head on back to the mansion, ma'am. I think I'll tail her for a while. Whew. That was insane. I literally cannot like figure out where this plot is going. So far, like every single section has like surprised me. Yeah, wearing all white in the middle of the night. What's gonna happen? Why are we having an event here? This is scary as hell. Back here again. I left Richter to continue looking for other curse bearers, and came home alone. I'm scared. Damn. Built in 1923. Mockingbird number 5. It's an ostrich. So cool. The ostracizer. I can't turn around all the way. Okay, no scare. Oh, thank you for the hydration. He's living out his name. Shadow, get me to pee. I appreciate it though. Wait, huh? That's it. That's the end. I can't believe it. I can't believe you said that. Absolutely disgraceful choice of words in my chat. I can't believe it. I don't know what you mean by that. I'm not replying. Should I end here? This looks like a good place to stop. It's supposed to be an FGO stream, but I don't know what they're up to.
Yeah.
I think I'll stop here and I'll leave the rest for... I'll leave more for next week. So, now that we reached the end of her route, next week we'll go back to Yako's route, and there's a branching path here. Basically, the entire school has had a blackout or something. We're trying to escape, and when we're escaping, we meet the janitor, and of course, because we didn't do Harue's storyline before, we had no idea about the janitor's past. So we'll see what's up with him next time. It's an old meme? Oh, what does that mean? I think I have seen it before. What does it mean? Studio Trigger streaming. Is it the Trigger guy? Oh, we can't see his face, but I think it is him. There's always this one guy who streams on the Studio Trigger account, and he speaks English. He's so funny. What the? There's other Paranormasight streamers? It's crazy. Soli? Who's that? Soli channel playing Ghost Trick. Oh my god, Ghost Trick! Okay, we have to. That's a good idea. Thank you, Kosu. Yeah, we can rate them. Oh, their model looks super cool. I love their hat. Thank you guys for coming by, hanging out with me, checking out Paranormasight. Super fun. I can't wait to deep dive more into it next week. And thank you for those of you who came by from Rosary Here's Raid. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I hope you guys are enjoying me going through the mystery as much as I am enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. Oh, I don't have a raid message. What should the raid message be, Kosu? Hurry, we're on a timer. I don't normally do a raid message. Alright, sure. You can do meow meow raid, but if you don't have the emote, you can use whatever emotes you like. It's totally cool with me. I know not everyone is subscribed, but if you are, that's cool too. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Sleep well, get lots of rest, and drink lots and lots of water. Meow meow raid, meow meow raid. We can give them a little meow meow raid. I'm not a cat. Bye bye. Good night. Bye bye.